What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of my networking series. This time we're going to be talking about self-promotion, what it means to self-promote, and the aspects that are good and bad, because ultimately there is a way that you can go about self-promoting that is bad and will make you look like a spammer, and there's a way that you can go about it that will make you look like you're doing it the professional way and trying to get people to actually just give you a chance and check out your content. Now, as always, in my other 4 episodes of this series, I don't want to give you the impression that I have it all figured out or I know exactly everything that I'm talking about. I just have a few of these tips and tricks that I'm using that seem to be working pretty well, and a lot of people seem to be benefiting from them, and that's really where I'm taking this series. Not really saying that I've arrived or anything, because clearly I have not. And so I'm looking to build from these kind of tips and stuff just as much as I hope that you can as well. So getting into self-promotion, if you think about self-promotion on YouTube especially, and you're wondering how you can grow your channel and how you can get yourself known and out there, but you don't want to spam. You don't want to just send your channel to 100 people every day and just say, hey, check out my channel, sub, and I'll sub you back. Because we've already talked about no handouts. We've already talked about the gaming community and talking about not doing sub for sub. So we don't want to go about it that way. Me personally, I'm not a fan of just leaving a comment on the big YouTubers pages and saying, hey, I do this, this, and this. If you would like to give me a chance, that's fine. I'm not a big fan of that. However, self-promotion is essential to growing your channel. You have to get people to watch your content. It's just how you go about doing it. If you tweet someone and say, hey, would you mind checking out my channel? I do this and this. I'd love some feedback. That's a perfect way to get someone's attention and then not come across like you're spamming them. But after you do that one tweet or that one message, leave it alone. If they don't respond, if they don't respond positively, don't even respond. Don't even bother coming back to them. Don't tweet them again. Say, hey, did you check out my channel? Don't message them the next day and say, hey, did you get my message? That becomes spam. And when you do that, that's where you start sliding down that slippery slope of becoming a spammer, and the only thing it looks like is that you want subs. Because ultimately, remember, you want to focus on your content. The more your content is quality, the more the people will come to your channel naturally. So if you're focusing on your content and doing these networking tips, then you're going to have the most success. Whenever you break it off and you're just doing one only, if you're just focusing on getting subs and you're just focusing on getting views, you're not worried about your content. Your content is going to fall below the quality level that people are going to look and expect, and they're not going to stick around. They might come to your channel and sub you because you're offering sub for sub, because a lot of people still do that, unfortunately. They might do that, but you're not going to have the views. People ask me why I only have 500 and some subs, but I get almost 700 views a day. I have people that are coming and are watching my videos daily and spreading them around, and so I have people that aren't even sub to me watching my videos and leaving comments that aren't even sub to me. So if you're doing it that way, where you're actually getting more views than you have subs, you know that you're keeping an active sub base. And that's the most important thing for growing your channel. And so even if you have 10 subs and you have all 10 of those people watching your videos and commenting on your videos every day, that's more beneficial than having 100 subs and only having 10 of those people watching, because you're still getting the same amount of views. A lot of smaller channels focus on the sub count and their view count way too much at the start. They need to worry about getting their content up to par and getting a core group, a core community of people to watch their stuff regularly. And that's where the self-promotion comes into play the most. Whenever you establish that core group of people, that little community that you have that are watching your videos, if you're making good content, they're going to want to spread your channel around without you asking. And once that happens, that's when you start to grow. Your self-promotion becomes outside promotion. You don't have to send your channel out anymore as much as you did. Whenever you're starting and you're sending out the tweets, like I said, hey, check out my channel, I do this kind of content, I post COD gameplay, and I have commentary over it, I'd love some feedback. When you do that, and you start getting feedback back on that, or you're not getting it at all, you're doing that a lot at first. But once you establish that core group of people and they're doing it for you, you then have people sharing your videos, you then have people liking them, and then the other people that they follow are seeing those likes. And when your name starts popping up more and more and more, you're going to have more people start to watch your stuff. That's just the way that it works. So in one aspect, self-promotion is absolutely essential, but it comes down to how you are doing it. If you come across like you're only worried about getting a sub and you're willing to do anything, including sub that person back even though you may not watch their stuff, that's not going to get the job done. That's not going to grow your channel, and it's not going to grow the channel in the way that you need it to grow. That's the hard truth, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand, especially starting out. When you start out, you really tend to focus on how fast you're growing and where you're getting, whereas you really need to worry about making the videos as quality as you possibly can, and that's really where you need to focus. So self-promotion, like I said, is essential, but really push it off into promoting yourself in a way that it doesn't seem like you're only worried about subs, because the subs will come if you're making good stuff. Okay, and I really hope that this is kind of, like I said, it's almost like a double standard, because you need to self-promote, but you need to not spam. And that's really hard to do if you don't understand how to go about it. You need people to like you. That's ultimately the biggest thing. You're not going to go anywhere in any kind of media, any kind of public eye, if people don't like you. If you don't come across like a likable person, if you don't have that personality that is infectious, that people want to be around, that people want to listen to. Because otherwise, what are you going to make on your channel? How are you going to make commentary if people don't want to listen to you, or they don't think that you have something to say that's going to benefit them? That's about it for me, guys, on this episode of Networking 101. I really hope that this series is still helping you guys and giving you some tips that maybe you didn't think about before. There is actually a great video on self-promotion on my friend Foreign's channel. I'll have that link down in the description below. You definitely should go check out that. He had some good points about how to self-promote and what it actually means to do that. So definitely check that out. I highly recommend that video. But that's about it for me, guys. Until next time, peace.